Okay, so here we are with one of my next videos. Because they're so much fun. I know you just can't wait. You're just like, who is this person and what is she trying to do here? Well, let me explain. I had other things to do today, but I took some time because I feel like I need to present this. So back to the testing. That's going to be the main thing here. There are these tests that are being used in like job evaluations, and they're being used in all types of premises for companies to decide about employees and their tactics and their reactions and their behaviors. Now, I'm not totally against these. I'm not. But what I am against is the fact that they're beatable. You know, anybody who knows how to beat the system or can figure out what they want you to say can pass these tests. So my solution is you can keep your tests, but add some questions in there that out of nowhere are going to spark a red flag that this person is feeding you information they think you want them to give you, like a manipulative psychopath, sociopath would do. And the difference between those is, I believe a sociopath is someone who comes in and is manipulative and is crazy and, can get away with all sorts of things, but doesn't go to the nth degree. Whereas a psychopath is similar in their tactics and their manipulation, but they're more like a Ted Bundy type. He was a serial killer who acted like a normal. He looked like he was a nice looking guy. But anyway, so they're premised that they're going to figure you out, who you are, by a type. They're stereotyping you. They're biasing you. They're profiling you. They're racial profiling. They're demographic profiling. Anyways, let's get back to the tests and how they work, and then how you beat them, if you need to do this. And a lot of times, you do. So, I worked for a time in the educational department for a very large government entity of an entire county. I won't say which one. And I worked with these people who were bureaucratic to the nth degree, and they were practicing nepotism, which they still are to this day. Look it up if you don't know it. Because they only hired people they knew. Now, how I got in was my basic abilities, my educational background, and so forth. But I didn't realize what I was entering was a beehive full of reprehensible people that were fighting amongst themselves. You can't have dissension when what you're essentially trying to do is to help and educate others. If you have dissension in the ranks themselves, chaos, you've lost control, you've lost order, and you're not going to be able to do your job. And I got caught in the middle of this. But it's okay, because I've learned from it, and I'm going to impart this knowledge to you if you want it, so you can learn from it. Okay, so here we go. The concept is Myers-Briggs. And Carl Jung, if I'm saying that right, Jung. Again, people that you should look into, because we now have these, and I am reading from a text, I'll cite it later. I might put some websites in for this, but we now have this concept that we can figure people's psyches out and who they are from a regimented test compiled of certain evaluative, conceptualized questions. Now, like, say you're going into a retail position, which I don't know much. Oh, I did work in retail for a little bit, but they're going to ask you things about personality. They're going to ask you things about how your behavior is with other people. They're going to want someone who's more with the collective and extroverted, rather than someone like myself who's introverted and doesn't really give a crap. Well, about those things. So anyways, these people, and I forgot my glasses. Let me go and get those.